All right, Internet, welcome back to Dice or Death. My name is Ray, and today we're going to be talking about dueling in Legend of the Five Rings. This is like the latest hotness that is at least sweeping the NEL5R Discord, filling it with mountains of salt, and a lot of interesting games. So first thing, I just wanted to point out that this awesome blog, Imperial Advisor, which everybody who plays L5R should be aware of this, just put out this gigantic article talking about dueling and the cards in dueling that are going to matter, and the sort of strategies and ways to think about approaching it. It's a really smart article. So if you want to read about this instead of just, goof around and listen to me talk about it and play some games about it tonight, this is a good place to check out. So I've brought in an expert for tonight. This is David Gordon, aka Dave of the Five Rings. He has a blog on Cardboard Republic under Dave of the Five Rings, where he writes about L5R stuff. I believe he is a OG player from long before I was ever even aware of this game. And so he's got a lot of pedigree with this L5R license that I'm a newcomer to. And he was hanging out in our NEL5R Discord server. He was asking for games, and I was like, yeah, sure, let's play a game. And I was like, oh, he's playing Dragon. Okay, we're gonna do some Dragon stuff. And then suddenly he starts dueling me with Mirumoto's Daisho. He starts towering up the new duel character, and it just Hitomi, yeah. And this deck just dismantled me in a way that I never even realized it was possible to be dismantled in this game. It's been opened up thanks to the Children of the Empire stuff, which is, the designers said that they were focusing on adding a lot of dueling stuff, and it looks like some people are figuring out how to make this dueling strategy real, and I think it was much more of a big deal in the old game than it has been in the new game thus far. So I'm going to bring Dave onto the horn. Let me give him a ring on the old Discord. And we're just going to talk about his deck, and, hey, there he is.
Oh, hello.
There we go.
Hi.
So welcome to the stream, buddy.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's cool. So I met you at the Elemental Challenge for a little bit, but we didn't have a lot of time to talk. We were trying to win cool stuff.
Oh, you were trying to win cool stuff. I was trying to have fun. So.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, in the pursuit of having fun, you've constructed this deck, which, as I was saying before, just like it shocked me with the way that it defeated me. It was like I'd literally never seen a deck that functioned like this. I don't even know if it was really possible until Children of the Empire came out. I don't know, maybe you can talk a little bit about how you put this thing together.
Well, basically, this has sort of been brewing in the back of my head ever since they previewed Mirumoto's Daisho.
Okay.
Because the theory was, and as anyone here can, for those familiar with the card, it is an attachment that limits what your opponent can bid during a duel. And the moment that you introduce the limit in the duel, especially with the ability to exchange honor, my brain just went, how many duels can I get into a single conflict? And if I can get like 10 duels in a single conflict, I don't have to win the duels.
Yeah,
I just
that was the thing that really caught me off guard, was when I sort of realized, like, it clicked in my head what the strategy was, and I just went, oh, like, it literally doesn't matter what these duels are, and he doesn't even care about winning them. It's just about pinging for the honor, and the Daisho is what enables that, really.
Yep.
On top of the other thing I think that makes it tick is the Way of the Dragon, right?
Way of the Dragon helps. It's another duel.
Right.
Basically, while the Way of Dragon is it's another duel. And the fact that you can, in the dragon have two substantial personalities, Mirumoto Ratsugu and Mirumoto Hitomi,
right?
Both of which are really good, solid duelists, with a printed duel on them. Duelist training, which gives them a duel on them, which then you can double again with Way of the Dragon.
That was something I wanted to ask you about, because I didn't realize this, and I don't think it's super apparent when you read the card, but Way of the Dragon doubles all of the abilities that you get from attachments too, right?
Well, it only doubles the abilities given to you by attachments that say this personality gains this.
I see.
So, like, it would double, theoretically, it doubles duelist training. It doubles the new lion attachment, True Strike Kenjutsu, I think is the name of it.
Right.
It would double Ancient Master, technically.
Right. If anybody ever used that as an attachment,
there will be a deck that does it.
I'm sure there will be someday.
The fact that it just gets you cards, and the fact, again, anything that gets you cards in this game is good.
True.
Because cards win games.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
I don't think that there's ever going to be quite... Again, it's that thing of like, when we're running a 40-card conflict deck, which are all Kihos and tattoos, then we'll see it actually be played as an attachment. But until then, it's just too good to grab the favor. Right.
It's just sort of a matter of like when Kihos and those things reach that sort of critical mass point in the card pool.
Exactly. And again, it's the same thing it's really like the same thing. I've been playing the new L5R since basically the Gen Con that it came out, and I've always loved dueling. Dueling is a mechanic I adore. As soon as they told me that dueling was going to have an honor bid emphasis to it, I was like, oh, that's fun. That's all the mind games.
It really does become very mind gamey. It's like it turns into this like just trying to run away from the tower that you have on the battlefield. I mean, normally towers are scary because they can just like crush provinces easily, but this makes it scary for an entirely different reason than you've had before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so the thing is that dueling as it stands right now, 90% of the time isn't a mind game. It's a bully.
Right.
It's either I want to throw the duel because I want to win it. And that's the thing. I don't want to lose duels. And everything in this is, the duels aren't, you don't want to lose duels. The cool thing about this is it doesn't care if it's losing a duel.
Right.
It'll depend. Certain duels it cares about. But most of its duels it doesn't care about winning or losing. But what I really like, actually, honestly, like Children of the Empire, out of all of its dueling cards, the one I like the most is still Honest Challenger.
Oh, that's is that the Unicorn Challenger? Yeah.
Yep. Because the way it works is there might be a situation under which I want to win that duel. There might be a situation under which I want you to win that duel. And there might be a situation under which if I win the duel, it's good for me. If you win the duel, it's good for me as well. And that situation can be created. And that's actually what I want. Like, that's actually like the ideal duel, is a duel I throw knowing that it will benefit me no matter what. And now you have to figure out, as my opponent, what's worth more.
Yeah.
You winning and me getting some honor, or me winning.
And in the situation where you've got all of these duels that you can trigger, it does become a real like brain buster of, because the honor requirements of actually bidding to try and win these things when it's not a bully duel, it really starts taking its toll on you very quickly. Like,
oh yeah,
when the deck is only running 3 duels, you're like, this is not a big deal. I'll just claim an air ring. But it really becomes you have to really think of the honor as a very important resource against the duel deck, I think.
I absolutely agree with that. And it really is it is, you'll be put on the ropes before you know it. And the thing is that what it really needs is the duels to soften you up. And the fact is that every turn we're going to have an honor bid until they release Trading on the Sand Road, in which case, who knows?
Yeah.
I actually have in my inbox like a stack of emails sent to Tyler about, so what exactly is an honor dial and what do we do with it? Because the honor dial doesn't actually exist in the game until you have made an honor bid.
Huh.
It's not included in the setup. It's not included. Like, literally, you could write down a number on a piece of paper, put it face down, and then reveal that, and that's technically a legal honor bid.
Right.
And that's now your honor bid, and that counts as your honor dial.
I think that's the game plan when you go to a Kotai, right? Just show up with like a pad of sticky notes and just rip one off every time you make a bid.
Oh, that would get in so many people's heads. Especially if I had like 5 sticky notes.
Yeah.
Or if I just had like a stack of cards that had the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on them. I'm like, what's it gonna be?
Yeah. So Eric plays at locals, and he sometimes uses cards for his honor dial, and it really does mess with my head.
It can. Again, like, and that, and I'm going to say this as somebody who has been to competitive scenes. Legend of the Five Rings LCG, which is a different than the CCG.
Yep.
The LCG, if you can get your opponent defeating themselves because they're trying to think too hard, you can win. Yeah. Yeah, we talk about it a lot. It's like playing not to lose is as important as playing to win, and there's so much to keep track of in this game that if you can just like get in the other person's head and make them start overthinking things, they're going to make mistakes. Have you ever heard of Yuri Kasparov? I think maybe it's Kasparov. I'm trying to think. Gary Kasparov.
It's the chess player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is the guy who went up against Deep Blue and then Deeper Blue, and he's an amazing chess player. One of the things that he writes about regarding chess is one of the things that he used to his advantage is as a rising star in the chess world, people would get afraid of him. And he started using this to his advantage because he would make moves that were not technically the best move, but they were aggressive. And they made their opponents stop and go, wait a minute, there's something wrong with the board state. There's something that just went wrong with the board state. What am I not seeing? What am I not seeing? What am I not seeing? And suddenly they're burning time off the clock. They're getting sweaty. They're trying to figure out why this brilliant person just made a mistake.
Yeah.
Because they don't make mistakes.
Oh yeah, I mean that's definitely like, it's if you're doing something outside of the meta, so to speak, and it completely throws off like your analysis of the board state.
Exactly. And I read basically about him as a chess player when I was like 14, and I was playing chess every day, and it was one of the things, and I was like, I wonder if this would work. And I literally turned around, changed my entire chess game, where I started playing like Gary Kasparov, and it works.
Yeah.
When I'm sitting there looking at my most memorable one is I was playing a game of chess, and it was in the finals, and I'm sitting here like, this guy's 2 moves from check. He's 2 moves from checkmate. I've lost this game. And then I just moved my bishop so it threatened his queen. His queen could have taken my bishop.
Right.
And I had no way of answering it. And then he would have been 2 moves to checkmate. But he moved his queen, which blocked his bishop, which meant that he was no longer 2 moves from checkmate. And then I won the game like 5 or 6 turns later. And I'm just sitting here like, that worked.
Yeah, and you were sort of touching on this in the Discord chat earlier, where you're like, people are more afraid of what they're not seeing. Like sometimes you don't have anything in your hand, but if you've got a pile of fate there, they're filling in like the worst thing it could possibly be, that you're like waiting to throw down with that money.
It's why, in my opinion, as a Scorpion player, a Fate Worse Than Death is a much more powerful card than Forged Edict.
Oh yeah, that's an interesting philosophy. You threaten its presence more.
Its presence is just more threatening, and knowing that I can drop a Forged Edict means that I have a non-dishonored courtier. That's all I need to drop a Forged Edict. And that my opponent's going to sit there and go, okay, can I play this event? Okay, can I play this event? And they're going to be like trying to bait your Forged Edict. But they're going to play their whole game trying to bait your Forged Edict. And the truth is that counterspells are nice, but how many times has a counterspell truly swung an entire game? Which is probably, I'm going to be proven wrong, that a lot of people going, it's swung games so many times.
I think it keeps you from losing more than it helps you win, if that makes sense.
Exactly. And as somebody who's played Unicorn, trust me, I got more things that can bait your counterspell than you got counterspells.
Yeah, usually.
But the thing is, a Fate Worse Than Death. You drop a Fate Worse Than Death turn 2 on their big guy that they have invested in. They will play that entire game more conservative.
Yeah,
and depending on your strategy, that's all you need to win. If that buys you the 2 turns you need to bring out Hanti the 38th, it's bought you the 2 turns to bring out Hanti the 38th, and good luck coming back from that.
Yeah, absolutely. And just throwing them on tilt early on like that can definitely swing the game subtly in your favor until you end up winning.
Yeah. And sometimes all you need to win, especially when you're playing a control deck, is the time to set up your control state.
Right. Just sort of get yourself in control, and then once you're there, you can't really be knocked out of it.
Yeah.
I've definitely been feeling that with playing I've been doing a Phoenix Emperor Asawa Morisaido deck, and it's not super strong, but once it gets into a certain board state, you just lose because you can't do anything. I just have too many sensors in the Emperor, and I've got Kanjo District. There's just so many ways for me to say no, but getting there can be a problem.
I hate Kanjo District. I hated Kanjo District. I've hated Kanjo District from the moment it was printed in the Oda Zanuchi box set of the RPG. No, the Kanjo District card is a card I genuinely hate.
Yeah,
and because it's just so powerful, and you can make the argument that it's a one of in the deck. You're not going to see it every game.
Well, that does make it less powerful when you do see it.
But yeah, exactly. That doesn't make it any less powerful when it shows up.
Yeah.
And the Imperial Favor, sending somebody home bowed with the Imperial Favor is massive, because that's a kill action in this game, because we're all racing the clock, unless you're somehow playing Doji Shizue the Jedi, which is a deck I've seen, which is absolutely wacky, and it basically involves locking down the favor, bringing out Doji Shizue, throwing all the attachments you can on her, and watching her go to town as the unkillable Undying Tower. But it's tough to maneuver yourself into that spot in the first place, though. Yeah, and again, it makes the favor a useful item into literally a fight winner. And I think Phoenix has a lot of answers, and it has a lot of good solid cards it can use. I actually think that I do think that the Asawa Morisaido deck that uses the Emperor to sort of close out the game is strong. I still think the Kyuden Aisawa deck that also basically runs virtually the same deck, but has the recursion on spells. I think recursion on spells is just more powerful than +2 glory. Oh,
it certainly is. It's just the only reason that you would run to Sayo Morisato is to get that favor faster, basically, to really secure it ahead of time. And kind of once it's done that job, it's and especially if you get the Emperor out, 6 glory, you're not losing favor anytime soon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Like once you have the Emperor on board, unless you're fighting Scorpion, in which case you save your clouds for. If you're fighting Scorpion, you save your clouds for that really annoying, Fawning Sycophant or whatever her name is. Fawning Diplomat.
Yeah, Fawning Diplomat.
Yeah. And it sounds weird to go, those are your cloud targets, but
it does.
She kills the Emperor.
Yeah. Fawning Diplomat becomes like an assassin of Hantai if you leave her on the table, so.
Fawning Diplomat throws herself off of a bridge and then takes the Emperor with her.
Savage.
Yeah.
Alright, well, what do you say we hop into a game and show this thing off?
Sure thing. Okay. Loading up the Jigoku.
Sure.
I still love the fact that it's named Jigoku. I used to play Spider Clan way back in the day.
Okay.
And so, like, I have many fond memories of having played the Spider Clan and just the general Spider Clan community. Like, nothing but praises to sing of them. They were just awesome human beings all around, which was hilarious because, they were playing the bad guys trying to destroy the world.
Right. And I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or if these are true remarks, but I'll take your word for it. I have like no history with the game before the LCG. That's when I got pulled into the community.
Okay. And I just have to ask, what's the password?
Oh, I will Discord it to you.
Yes. I'm a terrible person sometimes, and I forget. I have the memory of like a goldfish sometimes. All right. And yes, the name of the deck being Meme the Dream.
And it really became real. Like, I think
let your memes be dreams.
Make the duels happen.
Now, I've done some slight modifications to this than I think the last time you played it. So
okay.
I consider almost every time I take this baby out like a learning experience.
Yeah. But it's such a new archetype to try and wrap your head around how to pilot it. I got a weird flop here.
I think we both did. So, should be fun. Oh, whoa. What?
Right? I'm going to get a lot of cards.
That is true.
I don't know how good that is, considering Restoration of Balance is a province.
Yeah, that is true. It is a province. See, all right, now I have decisions to make. Yeah, no. Let's not be coy here. Oh, now is when I remember to turn on my action windows.
Oh, yeah. Action windows are important.
Oh, yeah. No, I lost a game of playing this deck the other day because they were first player. And they threw Hitomi off a bridge before I could get a finger of Jade down on her.
Yep.
It was actually like, no, and it literally was because they were first player.
Yeah, sometimes that really matters. Sequencing is like so important in this game.
Oh yeah.
ring do I want to go on?
That's always the perennial question.
Ah. Throw it on the earth ring with the dreamer.
All right. Good one to throw it on.
And so it begins. The Daimyo's favor.
Daimyo's favor is pure money in this deck.
Yeah, absolutely. It was like, it's so funny when I was playing you, like, my brain went from like, boy, this is such a garbage deck, to what is happening? And like, it started when I saw the Daimyo's favor. I was like, what is he doing? Nobody plays Daimyo's favor. But it turns out getting things for cheaper is really good.
It really is, in my experience.
Right, and an Aijutsu Master.
Yeah. I'll be honest, like, I'm infamous for just going Daimyo's favor and then just going, all right, that was my first pre-conflict action. Let's do everything else now. But I figured, actually, put in a little bit of investment in is a smart idea. And of course, we pass our first conflict.
Naturally.
I only got one body, man.
It's true. Let's see. So Raitsugu is a 4/3 right now.
Yep. With 2 attachments.
Right, so he could end up being a 6/5.
Very easily.
Well, let's see what we run into. Let's check out the palace. Midnight Revels.
I will not activate Midnight Rebels.
That makes sense.
How much do I care about the cards in my hand? That's the question here.
Yeah.
The answer is probably enough. No reason to give you a card advantage if I don't have to. You already have a Forgotten Library. I'm going to be chasing that all game.
Fair enough. Okay, so this is Raitsugu.
Yep.
You got me.
All right, so you're a 3. You bid 4. That puts you to 7. I think I'll just keep that, actually. That's a win and 2 honor. So, again, it was like thinking, do I want to... And that's the power of the Jitsu Master right there. Because if you bid 5, with my 2 bid, if I went to 3, neither of us win. But if you would bid anything else, with the 2 bid, I won.
Right. I wasn't factoring in the Ayajutsu Master when I was thinking about throwing the bid, so like... If I had thrown a 5 there...
I would have just gone up to a 3 and not lost the fate.
Right.
And I would have just taken the 2 honor off of you.
Yep.
Now's when you drop, your Shrine Maiden and go in and...
I wish so. I mean, I'm just holding the Shrine Maiden back.
Oh, fair.
We're going to see if this can kneecap you.
See, now that's actually a really good move. Because you did that outside the conflict phase. So I didn't have... If that was in a conflict, I would have had the opportunity to throw possibly something down. And if I remember correctly, that even gets around Finger of Jade. So
it does.
Like, it's good. And there are no more conflict opportunities. So I'll take military conflict. And, oh well.
Let's see, you are up a fate on me. I'm up to...
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, pretty much a square one.
But I have favor.
You do, that's true. Oh boy, I should have used these Imperial storehouses, because my dynasty... Let's hope I flip a character, huh?
That's a thing. All right.
Oh boy.
Hey, for what it's worth, I flipped a favorable ground, so...
True. All right, we're playing out of the conflict. Hardcast Fish Boys inbound.
Apparently. Note to self, don't swing water.
All right. No Fate Challenger. That's interesting.
Challenger's not worth throwing Fate on, honestly.
Okay, fair enough.
She's really good just to throw out with a... basically using her as a 2 for 1 that has a nice duel. It's just worth it.
Alright, so I took the low bit here to just try and... I've got all this card draw. I figure I might as well try and bank some honor for all these duels.
Oh yeah, smart move. I mean, the real question is how long until... And that's the other thing, like, I don't tower up on anyone who isn't a 3 or more.
Right.
Like, it's not worth it.
No.
However, I have enough towers generally to get, like... I have enough Ratsugus, Hitomis, Shomons. I even have a Yakuni in there. Yakuni is not my ideal because I can't throw Iaijitsu Master down on him. But,
right.
It's not bad. Ooh, nice flop for you.
Oh, yeah. Well, no defenders, and I suppose we'll meditate first. Go with one of these. Gold against the waves.
Well, again, you just spent it against the waves. Cool. It's all about card parity at this point. It's just making you spend those cards.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, even though, like, making you spend cards on that, but still worth it.
See if I can't find a shrine maiden.
And now's the time to pop.
Oh boy. Let's get weird.
That is actually that is pretty weird, not gonna lie.
It like really pains me to go and I can't go an entire round without trying to attack you. Oh, I don't want to go to Midnight Revels.
Damn, I thought you damn it. That was gonna be my master plan.
Yeah. Oh, but then I have a 66% or 33% chance of hitting Resto.
Yeah.
We'll see how this goes. Had first Fish Boy, but what about second Fish Boy?
Oh no, not second Fish Boy. I mean, you're not breaking. I bowed down Fish Boy. Sure, you can bow down my Miramoto Challenger. Do I really... Like, how much do I care about that? How much? That's the question I have to ask myself right now.
Going for the bonsai.
Oh, wow. Going for the break.
I'd rather you not keep winning favor.
That's fair.
If I can avoid that.
Alright, you're down to 11 cards in hand. And you are breaking. And I need to get more than one force there. I can't just put my Agasha in there and then have it count. That's favor block. Let's see. All right. Sorry, I'm just taking my time.
No, give it a think. I'm surprised I'm still down a card on you even after popping 3 storehouses. 5 bidding is really good.
Yeah.
To draw cards.
I can see that.
All right. I had to hard cast a fish to make it happen, but we got there.
Well, you know what they say. Don't let your dreams be memes.
I think one time I cast a Feral Ningyo. I hard cast a Feral Ningyo in a tournament, and it actually won me a game. Sometimes it's the right call.
I agree. Sometimes it genuinely is.
We've got a Tattoo Wanderer coming in. Mm-hmm. Well. White ring. Okay.
All right.
Feels so weird to be going into Dynasty phase with Dingyo on the table.
Again, this is part of the thoughts, is just knowing the rhythm of your deck. Ooh, still hurting here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the other thing you did last time we played that was really cool was use the Tranquil Philosopher with the Being and Becoming.
Yeah.
That's a nice little combo. Oh, this time you went with the 2-bid.
Mm-hmm.
Right. A 7 honor. Oh man, that fire ring is so fat.
Yes, it is.
Oh boy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, this is definitely a bank turn for you.
Yep.
Might as well put the Dreamer on the fire ring.
Kind of don't want to go to meditations.
That's fair.
So let's see what's under that province. Manicured Garden.
The
Gets you a
old
fate.
man gardens.
But it got me 3 fates, so
Yeah, that's a lot of money. Alright, spend with the Ethereal Dreamer, use the garden.
alright. I am winning, because ties are wonderful things. Pass.
I'm going to throw a storm at this. Oh, okay, you eject.
Yep.
I guess I'll do the same thing. Oh, this is way too many cards to be holding, and way too many face-down provinces on your side of the table. Hawk Tattoo! Oh my god, the jukes! The jukes! Okay.
Made you spend a favorable ground.
Wow. Wow. You got me. You got me. Damn.
The worst part is I don't have like a action to follow it up to make it like even cooler. I just it's like, well, that's
Yep.
That's what I got.
And because I popped the favorable ground, it even takes you to breaking.
Yep.
Ugh. Okay. Yeah. Poor Tsuki. Tsuki the potato.
Temporary potato.
She could have been a super potato. By which I mean honored, but... Oh well. Okay. Anything I can get rid of? Really?
Shushin. You know what Shushin does, right?
Shusen.
You might want to read them.
Where?
There, it's in my row.
Oh. Here we go. Surprised this guy doesn't see more play in, like, more standard dragon. You still want attachments, right?
Yeah, but again, he costs you a ring.
True. But do you care so much about the favor? Like...
Yes, everyone cares about favor. Censure is a card.
That's true. Yeah, just keeping it away from your opponent matters. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cross our fingers. I'll take it.
You'll take the upholding authority.
Yeah.
Do I defend, or do I just accept that you're going to bow me and re-honor her?
But if you defend, you give me the option to not break, basically.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Of course, the question is, it's like, what do I want to fill your discard pile with? Knowing you already have a 5 fates. Or 5, the Curse
5
of
fires.
Flames in, 5 fires in your discard pile, so...
Guess we'll put one of those over there.
Not a bad idea. I mean, it beats me burning them all out of your hand.
It does. I feel like this way you at least have... I've given you some more interesting choices to make.
Let's see.
Two of all the good stuff.
Ugh. I mean, like, killing a feral Ninyo is just good.
True.
But actually, I think the best plan here is court games.
Interesting.
Well, court games lets you honor up Suki, who's already going to be honored.
True.
Or is going to be no longer dishonored, so she's not going to be a potato. Which means you can soup storms her for 2. Which means you can get up to 4, and then soup storms her again and get up to 6. Clarity of purpose keeps her unbowed, so I'm not really worried about that. Court games, I mean, you are Seeker of Air. The most important thing is looking at this, realizing you don't have a single splash card in here. I have no idea what your splash could be.
That's true. I literally haven't seen any splash cards yet. Despite having drawn 21 cards out of my conflict deck.
I mean, honestly, court games is the best one, because it also doesn't cost you any fate. So it's just a free honor your guy.
Yeah. Alright, now we're down to 50-50. How much can we high roll this game?
That's your question.
Not high enough!
It happens eventually.
Alright. Now we make
8
some
cards.
choices. Oh boy. Alright, I can dump some of these spells and feel okay
I mean,
about that.
that's the main advantage.
Yeah. Still doesn't feel good.
Mm.
Gosh.
Yeah, but you only need 1 political skill to break.
Okay, it's done. Ugh.
Alright, you got rid of Cloud the Mind, a Clarity of Purpose, Supernatural Storm, Assassination, Bonsai, and you burned a Supernatural Storm out of your deck. You also got rid of the card that would kill you.
What, Shunson?
Yeah. No. You got rid of Assassination.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. I looked at that and I was like, I'm never going to have the honor to spend this, so...
And you killed a game of Sedane, which is good.
That is good.
That's a duel.
It's a duel and it can dishonor me, which I hate.
Yep. All right, and you will now be first player, which is weirdly where I want to be.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh boy, that's not a great flop. Is a way of putting it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what we got.
All right.
We'll see what we can do with this.
I'm sure those Maya Mystics can handle it. Alright, honor's starting to get a little low here. But I needed cards after hitting Resto and Upholding.
Yep.
I'm curious to see what ends up under your stronghold. I don't think I got there last time. Fate from Air to Void. But I don't want to attack Void. Can't you move them where I want to go?
Nope.
Alright, let's see what we got. It's Pilgrimage. Oh no, not the dice show.
Yep, it's the dice show.
Did find my splash card.
All right. Good.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so let's see. You're a 4. I'm a 3. I can only bid 2, 3, or 4. Basically, like this is like the vice that closes around you, right? So it's like if I bid 4 here, I'm gonna lose a ton of honor.
But you kill the dice show.
Right. But that also puts me in like, you've got so much money. I think that's the first dice show I've seen. That would put me at, if you just one bid, that would put me at 1. Which I definitely can't do to myself, right? But at the same time,
that's your choice, man.
I know, but at the same time, just like if I go with the 2, and then you just take it by 1 bidding, then oh no, because then we'd both be at 5, and then it would fizzle. Ugh. This deck makes me think.
All right,
it's a draw, but I do get pinged for an honor.
Yep.
And there's another dice show. Okay. All right. And there's a duelist training. Okay. Box. Okay. Oh, no, I can pay this one with cards, which is something I never considered doing until now. Let's try to get back to claiming the ring.
All right.
Uh-oh. How are you going to debate a Ningyo? This just feels unfair. Oh no. And this is really tearing through my hand.
Yep.
Okay, I survived that. I thought I was just gonna get dueled to death right then and there. Pretty close to that happening.
That's life.
I mean, really, if duelist training didn't have that card clause, I would have been dead.
Oh, yeah. At least make you work for it.
But I hope you don't have another way to kill me. I ended up pitching the against the waves instead of the display because I was like, if he comes at me with an air ring and I don't have display of power, it's going to be a real problem.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no! Hawk tattoo! Hawk tattoo!
Hawk tattoo.
Oh my god! Wow. Oh man. Okay. I guess I die now?
Let's see, you're both 3/3s. Yeah.
Yep. Yep, and now I die. Oh man. That was bonkers.
And that was without seeing a Hitomi, and with you turn 1 executing a forfeited Ritsugu.
Yeah, I 5-fired a Raitsugu, and then you still dueled me to death.
Yep.
Oh man, the Hawk tattoo.
Hawk tattoo.
That's crazy.
Yep.
And then so use the dojo duel to finish it.
Yep. Yep. And I had a Defend Your Honor in hand for...
Yep.
That's I chose not to drop that Defend Your Honor against the Let Go after you won the Let Go because I was like, I have another in my hand. I got the Fate to Burn. Slap it down.
Mm-hmm. Man, that was crazy. This deck is so awesome and so weird. I love it. Like, Hawk tattoos to bring a dude in to duel me, and then you used it also earlier with the Philosopher to, like, juke me after favorable grounds. Like,
I mean,
wow.
that was the thing. Like, I had the 2 Hawk tattoos in hand, and I'm sitting here like, do I want to? You know what? Let's go for the province. Let's go for the push. It's one cost of it would give you 1 point of honor loss. It slowed down Suki a little, and basically, yeah, because it was mostly for the 1 point of honor loss and slowing down Suki.
Yeah. Yeah, because even just nailing the fire ring is just to, the primary dishonor here is with the dueling stuff, but there's no reason not to avail yourself of the traditional dishonor tools.
Yeah.
So.
And basically when I was looking at it going, okay, see, the thing was, I wanted you to leave that fight with 2 honor.
Right.
Because I knew if I swung at your Forgotten Library with enough to take it, you were just going to display a. That's why I went Void Ring, because I knew you wanted to clear my tower, which is what the Void Ring would have done.
Yep.
It got me 2 Fate, which is nice. As you see, I ended the game with 3, so I really didn't need it. But I wanted to swing it with the 2 to sort of push you to one again. And also, I didn't want to go air, I didn't want to go earth, and I didn't want to go fire. So Void was my best option, because I wanted you to play that display of power just to make you lose that 1 point of honor for the undefended. And yeah, pretty much perfectly baited me out on that. I mean, let's say I guess if I had defended that, I wouldn't have had I just don't have the numbers to actually break you this turn. And then we go to another round, and I definitely get into another round, and I have a tower, and I'll have like a Hitomi and a Ratsugu in this, because I've gone through 15 cards on my Dynasty side, and I've only seen one Hitomi. Right. I also have, you don't know what I'll have in hand. You're down to 2 cards. I have card advantage. I probably am going to see either I'm going to see one of my holdings that I draw a card twice per turn if I win a duel.
Yep. And like, especially once you get like once you throw the policy debate into the mix, like, exactly where I'm limited and how much I'm able to actually deal with it.
Yeah.
So you're just like so solid, man. Like, this dream that became a meme is about to become super good and competitive.
The thing is that, again, like, once it's one of those decks that it has, I think it'll do really well in closed deckless tournaments. Mm-hmm. I think it'll do really well in the mid range. Yeah. But the moment somebody picks up your deck and sees it, you don't have a chance. And that's the main thing that, like, I disagree with Nick from Meek Informant, who this deck wrecked him and, like, rocked him back on his heels.
It feels that way every time you lose to it. It's like, it's so savage, and it feels like it. I mean, I felt like I was, like, really in a commanding lead at the end of this game, and then you just completely flopped it around on me.
Oh yeah, and the thing was, I didn't even need to win at this province.
Right.
I just needed you to not break it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's pilgrimage.
Yeah.
In fact, if I could have somehow gotten it to be 0-0, I would have. Because then nobody claims the water ring.
Yeah, right.
And
just keep it away from Suki and the Prodigy.
I had a cloud for the Prodigy, so I wasn't scared.
Okay.
But, like, yeah. So, I will talk honestly about how to kill this deck.
I mean, yeah, because I knew what you were doing going into this, and I tried to play around and make sure that I was, being careful with my honor. I didn't recklessly throw Assassinates out, which is like what I tend to do, and I still lost.
So, for one, you had a turn where you didn't produce anything.
Sure.
That was massive. Like, yeah, you did hard buy a Ningyo, but that's not something to be sneezed at. That you were basically a turn behind me at that point forward.
Mm-hmm.
Admittedly, my deck never drew a duelist other than Ratsugu, so neither we will. That being, we'll say that's even.
Yeah.
The real way to kill this deck are things like Kanjo District, 5 consumed by 5 fires is a good one. Both of those sort of heavy tower kills really do shut this, because I have to invest so much into my tower to get it to where I can just wombo combo you to death.
Yeah. You gotta like really put the pieces of it together to get it to that point.
Exactly. So any of that, like, those are your best options out of Phoenix. Mia Mystic. Everyone, as long as this deck is in the environment, everyone should be running 2x Mia Mystic in their decks. And congratulations, if you smell that your opponent is doing tower dueling, your Mia Mystics are no longer there for the Cloud the Mines. You just let those sit. Your Mia Mystic is to take out the Miramoto Dice.
Right.
And you just have to kill that Miramoto Dice Show no matter what. Because without the Miramoto Dice Show, the whole thing falls apart.
Right. So, I mean, that's what enables the forcing on the honor, so. Yeah.
Now, Mia Mystic is actually better for killing dice shows than Calling in Favors, Let Go, Hand to Hand, any of the event cards, because simply put, Mia Mystic can't be defended. I can't defend my honor against a Mia Mystic.
That's true. None of the counterspell shenanigans will help you there.
Exactly. And then you have, dash politicals. Dash politicals mean I can only throw my hand duels. I've actually really thought about, like, I've done a lot of thinking in this deck about whether or not running Lion Splash, Ready for Battle, True Strike Kenjutsu, that sort of thing, or maybe even like something like that, because True Strike Kenjutsu can be a really powerful card. But
yeah,
because I don't care about winning or losing duels.
Right, but I just care about duels.
Exactly. Because so then it's one more duel that I can throw that you can lose honor over, which is the advantage it has over duelist training.
Right.
The main difference is Ei Jitsu Master and Game of Sadane. And it really is a game of Sadane.
Yeah.
A game of Sadane is, with a game of Sadane in policy debate, I can sit on and defend your honor. I can sit on 9 duels in hand.
Oof. Yeah, and you can just wait for the right time where, like, because once you're sort of like in a position where you're vulnerable to one duel, you're vulnerable to all the duels. Like,
yeah,
you can just jam them out. You just like vomit duels out of your hand onto the table.
And like Game of Sadane, unless you're playing like a Noble Sack deck, what do I care if I get dishonored? I really don't care if I lose that, because I'll just keep pounding away at your like honored super body. And I'll just keep going like, hey, your mama stinks. And like everyone would be like, dude, you said that like 2 times already. It's like, yeah, but
still hurts your honor. Yeah. Man.
I'm throwing shade like that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, and at that point, your opponent really cares about the dishonor. Like,
yeah. Exactly. Like, if I'm throwing that on a 0 fate body, that's the other thing that Hitomi with Way of the Dragon is basically a dishonor 2 people in a fight.
Right, that's true. That's another way to throw that this deck throws dishonor tokens out, or dishonor points. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, and it's solid, especially like, again, that's the thing, like, and that I will honestly argue that is the core of this deck. Like, that is the true living, breathing, undying, like, if you see this on the deck, I hope you have something to kill her. Because if you see a Hitomi with Way of the Dragon, Miramoto Daisho, Ei Jitsu Master, and enough fate to survive, congratulations. That's at least 4 honor a turn.
Yeah, that's your Christmas Land like ideal combo here.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like the amount of like dishonor that once you start jamming duels, like scorpions are like blushing at like how much dishonor this thing can dish out.
Yeah. And now one of the other things you can do is sacrifice early card draw. Like if you see this deck, bid 3 to my 5 gets you the 2 honor. I've lost several games playing this deck when my opponent had 2 honor because they bid 3 to my 5 turn 1 because they went, Restoration of Balance is a card.
Yeah. I mean, the common wisdom, I think, has been like you're better off having the cards and throwing them away than not having the cards when you need them, I think. But if you know you're in a duel situation, it might be better to just have the honor.
I truly do think that going against Dragon, open bid 3.
Yeah.
Get up that 2 points of honor, which I know doesn't sound like much, but if I didn't kill you with this, you had broken my stronghold.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not have another duel unless you took an action.
Right, with the defend your honor.
I don't have enough duels to just truly bully duel you down and out of the game.
Yeah.
So what? Oh, and the other hilarious thing is, had you actually defended, like part of my theory was, I had the setup to basically honor in my send in my guy with that hawk tattoo, and then honor duel you out, and then basically go you defend your honor.
Yeah.
And that was basically because I looked at it and went, you have 4 military, so even if you had taken a supernatural storms, it would have been your death.
Right, because then you can just throw a defend your honor at the soup storms.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. This deck, it really feels like it's like a trap that like closes around you before you realize what's happening.
Yeah.
And then once you're there, it's too late.
And once it has your leg in its mouth, it's just trying to drag you to the ground.
Yep.
It really, it's like, it's not a drop bear, it's a cougar.
Stalks you and then just murders you when you least expect it.
Jumps down, lands on your back, and then, you got about 5 seconds to fight this thing off. And if you can do it, you're good.
Yeah.
But if it gets its teeth around the back of your neck, that's lights out. You're gone. Yeah.
All right.
The only thing that could possibly make this better.
Yeah.
1, more duels.
Sure.
A conflict character duelist. That would make my day. Not gonna lie. Just having this is a duelist.
Yeah. Yeah, being able to, having another character you can throw in with the duelist trait, with a duel
and
built in on
ability.
him.
Yeah. That actually would be the next level of this, of the you're never safe.
Yeah. That's a true drop bear duel. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that just reminds me of the old game of what was it? Ninja Assassin? No. Was it Cold Out Assassin? No, Cold Out Assassin was 10 gold to kill anyone with 4 or less chi. There was some card that had it was a action, and this was in the old game where duels automatically killed unless they said otherwise.
Oh wow.
And there was an action that it was Geisha Assassin. That's what it was. Geisha Assassin.
Cool.
And you paid X gold and you got a duelist who was 1/2 X chi. And the way the dueling worked was basically we both had our chi stat, and which was usually a number between 1 and 4 or 5. Really big guys had a 5.
Okay.
until they got stupid and started printing things with like 14s, because why the hell not? It was a giant Oni. Who cares? Anyways, so it had a chi stat equal to half the gold that you spent. And then we basically, every card had a value on it between like 0 and 4, and all the good cards were usually 4. And then we basically either took a card from out of our hand, put it face down, then you had an opportunity to do the same thing. We went back and forth until we up to 4 times. And then we reveal all the cards, they get discarded, we total up that, and then whoever has the highest total plus chi wins. Huh. And if we tie, we both lose.
Interesting. So in the old game, you would basically like ante out these cards that you're going to end up discarding.
And you could either go from your hand or later on from the top of your deck. And then later on, it was like draw the top 3 cards from your deck and add a card from your hand. And it was, they did a lot of janky stuff with dueling. But basically it was a, how much chi does that body have? All right. Well, I know there is literally one card in the game that has a 5. It's called Focus, and it does nothing. It just has a 5 focus value. So if I'm confident your deck doesn't have Focus, I just have to pay 8 more chi or 8 more gold than twice your chi. And I can kill you.
Yeah.
Because I play my assassin, you focus. I don't care what it is. I strike. We compare. Oh, look, it's a tie, or I win. It goes away. Even if I win, my character gets like the Geisha assassin goes away. But like, that's all I need to kill. And that was basically the old pay X, kill character. Right.
So dueling was more about killing a specific character. Was it tied to honor in any specific way?
There were some duels that cared about honor, but nearly everything was chi. Everything was running off your chi stat, and it was almost all just to the death.
Right.
Like there were a couple things that were to the like test of might, which ran off of your force stat and was to the bow. That was a card. Then you had like come one at a time, which was the ultimate dueling terrain. Terrains were basically you played it into the battle, and it was like an event that just stayed out for the whole fight until somebody played a new terrain. And come one at a time said, basically, as long as I have one person at this conflict, I can throw an unrefusable duel to the death against anyone.
Just have like one guy just face off their entire side of the board.
And yeah. And like you just sat there and you went, and there were crazy wombo combos like Tetsubo and Nunchuck, which went like Tetsubo, I don't care, I strike. Like it basically goes normally first opportunity to focus or strike. But if I have a Tetsubo, I do. So, and then Nunchucks, which only went on a monk, said if I've just won a duel, I can take in another immediate action. There's no limit to how many times I can do this per turn.
Wow. Okay.
So it's like, you have less chi than me. Dead. Yeah. All right, you.
Yeah,
dead.
just like one after the others, like beheading guys.
There was the other combo, which was Bloodsword Nunchucks. Bloodsword, which you got a +2 force, +2 chi token every time you won a duel.
Okay.
So you and me, we're fighting. I kill you. Cool. I get bigger. You and me, we're fighting. Cool. I kill you. I get bigger.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, I stop wanting to kill you because I just want to win the battle at the end, because then all your guys die and I get 2 honor for each one of those guys that die.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, the old game, it was not nearly as it sounds more complicated, but it actually was less complicated than this game. It was just wackier.
Right. Yeah. It just suffered from that like TCG that's been alive for so long. They just start printing crazy shit.
And even though they kept sort of like a 2-year rolling cycle of every like 2 or 3 years, they would just basically reset the the game, power curve wise. The rules were such written in the 90s.
Yeah.
They were so written in the 90s, and like this game is harder to play, and it's harder to play well.
Yeah,
but it's so much more fun because it's not literally
this game.
Oh yeah, the new version is so much more fun because I don't get bored.
Like during the game, or you just mean like in general?
In general, but yeah, during the game, it's not all right. You take your turn. Okay, do I have to care about what you're doing? No, you're a defensive honor runner. Okay, tell me when your combo's done. Cool. Is it my turn now? All right, I'm gonna try to kill you because I'm a military deck. Oh, we're both playing military. All right, you take that province. I'll take that province. You take that province. I'll take that province. All right, we're both down to one province. Time to stare at each other until one of us finally thinks that they can make the move that can kill the other person. And either they win, in which case, game over, or I win, in which case, my counterattack will take them out of the game.
Right. Because in the old game, when you lost a battle, didn't all your characters die?
Yep.
Right.
And remember, if you tie, you lose. So on a tie, everyone dies.
That's crazy.
I may have built decks that were designed about tying battles. Because my guys were cheap and expendable, and your guys were expensive and costly.
Right. So you just get to the point where you're tying, you can just lose a bunch of mooks to get rid of their actually good characters.
Yep.
Interesting.
There was also like range attacks, which just killed people
Mm-hmm.
as an action. Just kill a guy. There was a lot more killing, which is weird because like this game, everyone's always kind of like, I always think of like, when you lose fate, you don't die. You just get bored and you walk away.
Right. They just retire.
They're like, they have something more important to do with their day than help you win your little war.
Yeah.
Like, Koto Toturi doesn't die. He just goes, man, I'm Emerald Champion and Lion Clan Champion and Satomi. I have to go, like, one punch somebody. You got this. Bye.
Yeah, see you later, guys. You can handle it.
And then the Kitsu Spirit Caller goes, no, we can't.
Oh, man. All right, well, do you have time for a rematch here?
Yeah, I can do another match.
All right. I'm going to bid 3. I'm spoilers.
Okay. Join.
Same password.
Yep. I'm going to play Unicorn. No, wait.
Oh boy, I win the flip. Oh, this is a much more standard set of cards.
Right. And you see, there I was going, he's probably going to have a Mia Mystic. So I don't want a duelist on round 1.
You did avoid a duelist on round 1.
Nope. Damn it, I wanted to put 1. Oh well. It's like, oh man, misclicked. Should have put 1. Oh well. Such is life.
You can manual a fit on them.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm good. Play with what I got.
All right.
But I have to turn back on my freaking action windows.
Ah. Midnight Revels. This is a lot more reliable of a province than I gave it credit for when I first saw it.
Oh yeah.
It's also pretty decent, like, anti-Emperor tech.
Oh yeah.
Just to try and, you know, bow that 6 glory out.
The best part about that was nobody claimed the water ring.
Yeah. Be sad.
I recognize that I'm playing a Shigenja against, you know, Kyuunesawa. I'm at least gonna make you burn it on, like, to either, like, I'm gonna make you burn that 2 fate to, you know, ready your guy and bow my guy.
Well, you got me. Let's see. At this point, do I care about water? Still attack me. Go for void.
That is a good question.
I see your sword, I raise you a sword. Oh no. Now, do I care about this hand getting discarded or breaking this product?
That's the question.
Good favorable, but...
You could.
No, I think I'm going to let you get the peak.
All right. Well, that's the thing. Like, no matter what. All right.
Oh no, it's going after the Mia Mystic.
Yep.
Kind of forces me to burn the fate here on Against the Waves.
More accurately, it removes it from the game.
That too, yeah.
That's the greater worry. But you know, you're up a province, but that's good.
I'm up a Mia Mystic.
Yeah.
I've been told that matters in this matchup.
It does, but I'm up 4 fate.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
4 cards.
Details.
See, that's the real thing, is at this point I need to start trying to get back parity.
Double Dojo.
All right.
Hero Jade, huh? That seems smart. Huh, so those two JoJos basically turn Shomon into like a super Raitsugu.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, I guess he can't get the kill if they have no fate, but yeah. Can do it twice though with two table. You can't bow my prodigy if it's already bowed.
That is true.
Genius play.
And see, you're already doing the, if I can just get a bigger tower than them.
It's true.
No, it's the trick.
Yeah. Well, in this case, my tower is a Solemn Scholar. But
You know?
Supernatural Storm gets a lot of work done.
It's a 7/7 Solemn Scholar.
True.
Now I have to do the thing of, is it worth it to like invest?
Right.
Is it worth it not to invest? What are my choices here? Uh,
Like, how
well,
much do you care about me taking water?
a significant amount, actually. All right.
Oh, the game of Sedane. I don't feel good about spending a court games on Solemn Scholar. I'm gonna do it.
It's a card. All right.
Alright. Full fire meditation. Oh no, now this one I care a lot more about. Alright, we'll see if losing 4 honor for that was worth it in time.
Thank you for letting me ready Shomon.
Oh, crap. Shomon has text on it. Yeah. Is Shomon, shouldn't she also be dishonored now?
She was honored.
Oh. Wow, okay. I completely failed to read that properly. Well played, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. see. And you've only used one of the dojo duels, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
I'm somewhat curious why Prodigy of the Waves is... Oh, okay, then you just used his ready ability. Okay.
Yeah, because I used the water ring before.
Yep.
Alright, well, I'm going to stay away from your duelist with Prodigy. Okay. That in there.
You got Tadaka.
I did. I was just thinking it probably doesn't hit your deck as hard as most decks.
It doesn't.
I mean, it still hits it for sure. You know, Game of Sedan, Policy Debate, all that, but... Oh, and there's the Hitomi. Ah, see, I thought you might have one-bid me there. Damn it. I guess this is a good thing I at least won 3.
Yep.
Oh, I'm starting to get into that scary range again. I probably should have played that Maya Mystic this turn. That's what I'm thinking.
It's an idea.
Yeah. Would have been.
Oh, no, we were in the conflict phase. Damn. I was going to drop a fan on it, tell me.
If that's sticky at all. It's...
Well, there's my opportunity to drop the ban on Hitomi. Here we go.
Nailed it. Oh, the warm welcome.
Yep.
Huh. Now think about that. You guys aren't Cloud the Mines. I wanted Cloud the Mines.
I mean, this feels a little weird to be pumping Hitomi for this little, but
Policy debate. Alright. So I eat in honor to turn that into a draw.
yep.
Okay. Oh, right, playing events just gives you a chance to duel me again. Right. Oh no. I think I'm safe to do this, but if you hit me with another duel, that's it.
I can't because you have Tadaka.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what you've got in your hand, man. Are these all your
can't-
hand duels? Policy debate, Sedan.
Yes.
Okay. Whew. So I'm okay to get in a fight with Shomon, because she doesn't have Daisho. Gathering,
Yeah.
I think. Oh my god! Before the throne! Oh no! Alright, I can fix this, but it's gonna be stupid. Oh man. Okay.
I don't have the ability. I don't have the bonsai to pump you up, man.
Wow. Okay. Oh man. That was almost a disaster. If I didn't have that against the waves in hand, that was it. Alright, my honored character's dying gives me a little breathing room.
Yep.
But you're like, you're getting to the point where also just honoring out is actually kind of a threat, too.
Yep. That's the other hilarious thing that this deck can randomly do sometimes.
You just kind of accidentally get that much honor. Just as a byproduct.
I wouldn't call
of
it
what you're doing.
accidentally, but
Yeah.
see, I was hoping that you didn't have the extra against the waves in hand, because that would have been game.
Yeah, that would have been pretty gross. I mean, as it is, like, spending the fate to bow out an attacker is feels so shitty anyway.
Yeah.
Man.
Ironic imperial palace before the throne.
Yeah. Perfect pairing. Oh, it's terrible mechanically, but fluff-wise.
And you got the Against the Waves from that, from the Shrine Maiden. So she did her work. She did her job.
That's true. Yeah.
Let's see what's under door number 3.
It's Upholding Authority. The door prize for today.
The question is, do you want to get...
I think I'll be okay.
Yep, figured you had that. I mean...
The top deck.
It nets you... It nets you effectively the same thing, but hey, you know,
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes things work in your favor.
You just have the heart of the cards, and you draw that display of power right when you need it.
Yeah. At least burning that.
I mean, I can't just let him sit on the table, turn sideways the whole round.
Fair.
Wait, you can make your bid 0?
Yep, that's what that thing does.
Dang. Oh yeah, to a minimum of 0. Look at that. Huh. Okay. It's another way this deck can force you to lose an honor.
Yep.
Okay.
That was a new addition to the deck.
What was? The Noble Sacrifice?
Yeah. Sometimes if I get a good game of Sedane off, I can get that last point of honor with a Noble.
Yeah, and if somebody's trying to out-tower you, it's definitely good to have at least some kind of answer kicking around.
Exactly. I can Noble Sack one of their little guys and possibly do some more damage elsewhere.
All right, here we go.
The sad part is
Oh. You have no attachments, huh?
None.
Yay.
Yep.
Okay.
So, as a note, I had a policy debate in my hand with a Miyamoto Daisho on the table. The turn you had Tadaka out, and we're at 1 honor.
Wow.
So Tadaka literally won you that game.
Okay. So Tadaka still hurts even a deck with barely any events, and still save you from dying.
It was a key card.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have pushed a little better on the dueling. You were a lot smarter with your bids. There was a lot more give and take on that, and basically the way that was the trick was getting a big tower.
Yeah.
You get a big tower, I can't really do much about it. If you can out tower my towers take a lot of fate to build.
Right.
So if you can get like things like Supernatural Storms, Way of the Lion, Legion of One, those all, and like Crab, also just the Crab, can get really big towers.
Yeah.
But basically, you turned your little 1/1 guy into a 7/7 at for 0 fate and really 1 card.
Yeah. Literally 1 card. I just had to take it out of the game.
Yep. And that basically got you to the point where I couldn't bow you down. I couldn't negate that. And then you basically pushed. And yeah, you were on the ropes for a while, but now that you have an idea of how this deck plays and how to play against it, you're not making the mistakes. Like, did you have an Assassinate in hand at any point?
I did, yeah, for a while.
Yeah. Like, that Assassinate would have lost you the game.
Yeah.
And there were several times where it looked good to throw an Assassination, especially against some of those, like, especially against things like the Prudent Challenger.
Right.
Honestly, like, Prudent Challenger is one of my things that I use to bait. If you don't know I'm playing the dueling deck, I will always put out I will always try to get a Prudent Challenger round 1 with 0 fate, and then throw a Fantana down on it, because I'm literally trying to get you to throw the Assassinate.
Right. Yeah. Just throw that juicy bait out there, and like if you're not aware that you're supposed to be concerned about your honor, like normal dragon is just you literally don't think about your honor for the entire game.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, it's a completely different thing going on here.
Yeah, again, like I think this deck has it's good, and it'll be good in a closed deck list format.
Yeah.
Like, I could take this to probably like an elemental challenge, and I might go 5-0. I could take this to an elemental championship and at least got into the top 8.
Right. Yeah, I definitely think so.
But the thing is, and I'll be honest, having come up with this deck and now that I'm playing it in the New England area, I feel like I'm inoculating you guys to this deck.
Yeah.
Because I'm not the amazing player that certain people are out there.
Sure.
But I'm teaching you guys how to spot the tricks of the deck and really where like the linchpin cards are. And it really comes down to, you got to keep Miyamoto Daisho off my guys.
Yeah, absolutely. That really is like the key that makes it like pushes you over the edge. Like, you can be at low honor and be okay, but that Daisho just forces you to lose. It's like, yeah.
And while, yes, this deck could accidentally win by honor, and it almost accidentally won by like dishonor, because you swung against, if you didn't have that against the waves, to bow your own guy.
Right. Yeah.
And the hilarious thing was, I didn't go for the air ring on that conflict because I bet that you had that display of power in hand. That's why I went for the one that I was like, okay, I don't want to swing on that ring, so I'm going to swing on this ring. So that way, if he DOPs, he drops to 2 or 1.
Right.
And that way, the air ring, even if you swung on the air ring, I break before you resolve the air ring.
Right. Yeah, because the resolution there.
Exactly. So I would kill you through dishonor before the air ring can save you through honor.
Yep. Man, wild stuff.
Yeah. Again, and it's like it's just this is it's an interesting deck.
Yeah. It seems like a lot of fun to pilot. Like it's a new kind of
it is
way to think about playing.
What's hilarious is like how well this deck does in Enlightenment.
Oh yeah.
Not through Enlightening, through honor running.
Interesting.
The only reason I didn't win the Enlightenment game I played with this is because I didn't go, wait a minute, I should have just thrown, like, he had an honored Shoju and I had a dishonored Kitsuki Shomon with duelists with EI Jitsu Master attached, and I had I was at 23 honor, and I had the EI Jitsu or the game of Sadane in hand and the Fate.
Yeah.
I just didn't think to drop it because I was too focused on trying to dishonor him out of the game and not focus enough on honoring myself up.
Right, you didn't make that like mental switch at a certain point. Yeah.
To just go, okay, dishonor, or just like throw this through. Doesn't matter if I don't have a Miramoto's Dice Show. Cool. Yep. Or I did have a Miramoto's Dice Show, so cool. I discard. I play this card. You bid 2, I bid 0. Oh, look, board game state doesn't change, but I snagged the last 2 honor I need to win the game.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, this would be a ton of fun to play in Enlightenment for sure.
Oh, yeah. Again, like, it's a fun deck to play because it really is janky.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing Warm Welcome. Like, anything that includes a Warm Welcome, I feel like is almost by definition trying to be janky.
Except Warm Welcome is like the least janky card in that. Because
right.
I can reliably run Warm Welcome.
I mean, yeah, using it to
I can
overcome the attachment hate is definitely a big deal. Like,
so you want to know something also hilarious?
Yeah.
Had I not thrown the game of Sadane early, if I had not thrown 2 games of Sadane before you had played Tadaka, now I know. Only ever throw 1 game of Sadane before Tadaka, before I can cloud Tadaka. Because then I can warm welcome my game of Sadane to game of Sadane, and then shuffle that game of Sadane back into my deck, and now I can play game of Sadane again.
Yeah.
So I can game of Sadane, warm welcome, game of Sadane, and get 3 honor out of that.
Yeah, that's definitely an interesting way to deal with the Tadaka.
And again, it's just, and really the thing about every time I play this game, every time I've played this deck, I've learned a little bit. I learned another little trick like that.
Yeah.
And I don't think that there are just enough tricks that this deck will win Worlds.
Sure.
The moment we have open deck lists, if you have faced this deck before at all, or if you're like Johnny Shan or Anil,
right? If you're some
Jacob
super smart player, or you've had some level of preparation for it,
yeah. Or you've watched this live stream. Congratulations. Value added.
That's right.
Yeah, and like exactly. And if you know just ways to kill it is, again, anti-tower tech. Don't throw assassinations. Don't lose honor you don't have to lose. And then just find a way to build a bigger tower in a combat, and don't give me options that aren't your tower. Never throw a secondary guy.
Right.
Because even if I drop like because that's the other thing, like, this looks bad now. I am convinced that the Kyuden Kikita deck is going to be even worse, because it's going to be able to honor run using this trick. Oh
yeah, and it's going to honor run so much harder on the other end. Like,
it's not going to care about the dishonor. It's going to do this to honor run.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it's just going. It's going to hit the 25, and you're going to be sitting there going, "Fuck."
Yeah, when did this happen? How did you get this much honor? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
through those 12 duels and having every character on the board honored.
Yeah. And it's going to honor run through this method.
Yeah, for sure. Sure.
So learn how to fight it now. And the main again, the number one big trick is even understand that have a bigger tower than they can get, because that shuts down policy debate.
Now, do you feel like them not having Daisho in clan is going to be a problem for them?
Well, their splash is on a keeper roll, 3 Daisho, 3 let go.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Their big worry is getting around, and again, I think that this deck really does, it really likes Keeper of the Void. I actually removed the Beings and Becomings because I think that they were jank and not fuel. They were beautifully intimidating against Nick. They broke his spirit, but in the end, they're not a good card.
Mm-hmm.
Because it only works. It only works when it only starts coming into play turn 3, turn 4. I can just fate my guys big enough so it doesn't matter, and cards like Consumed by the Five Fires just prevent that from being a good scheme.
Yeah.
And again, it's hilariously, if you could have Cursed by the Five Fires, you would have gotten rid of my board too. But yeah, no, I really do think that the Crane is going to have a little bit more legs. Mm-hmm. They need the 3 let go, because the moment you cloud and again, their main downside is they can't spam duel in combat.
Right.
Because Kaizen sends people home.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't send the guy that you duel home, though, right?
It either sends him home or it sends... It removes presence. It's the same reason I can't run this off of Unicorn, which I thought about, running Challenge on the Fields and Talisman. Okay. Yeah. To talisman you into my provinces when I want you to be at that province.
Uh-huh.
And because Challenge on the Fields sends people home. I don't want your guys leaving fights. I want them to stay in the fight so I can keep punching them.
Right. And the dragon stuff is largely removing fate or dishonoring them or bowing them or...
Yeah.
None of it really
again, Game of Sedane.
Yeah.
There's actually another... There is, however, if the Crane ever pick up an Earth roll, there is another hand duel the Crane can get.
What's that?
Let me get that up.
So
but no, they got it. They got an Earth roll specific. And it's an event. So I'm just getting my Bushi builder up here so I can look at them.
Yeah.
It is Civil Discourse. One fate. Yep. One fate, Earth roll only. During a conflict, initiate a political duel against a character your opponent controls of his or her choice. Resolve the duel. Until the end of the conflict, the character's dueler gains. Increase the cost to play each card in your hand by 1.
Oh.
While as a Crane, that would be okay, so the problem is it's a duel you don't want to lose.
Right.
That's the issue. That's the real hurt on that.
Right. Normally, you don't care if you lose most of your duels.
Yeah.
But this one,
I don't care if I lose Hitomi's duel. I really don't care if I lose. I mean, I kind of care about Sugu's duel, but I don't care if I lose duelist training.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, what it comes down to is I've given some serious thought to switching to the Lion Splash on this, just because basically it lets you do things like Stand Your Ground could be useful in saving your tower, so that's a good card. Fires of Justice is hilarious if you think your opponent is like genuinely banking fate.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can just dual fate off of people. It's hilarious that way.
Yeah.
Legion of One, and what it comes down to is really Legion of One and True Strike Kenjutsu. Though, just the hey, I'm by myself, +3 mil, and I have all these military duels. Cool. And now I have True Strike Kenjutsu, which I can spam at you twice.
Yeah. It's True Strike's Kenjutsu is the one that like bows you out, and
it's printed force or printed military skill, and I mean that's the downside. It's printed military skill,
right?
But it bows out.
Right,
so,
I see. Right, but you have to use
the thing
base.
is, at that point, I really don't care. Like, as strange as it sounds, that's the deck that runs Being and Becoming, because I just bow my guy, steal some fate off of a ring, and then bully duel you with a Miramoto's Daisho and steal some fate and steal some honor using True Strike Kenjutsu and going, what are you going to do?
And it's like you could use if you're splashing for True Strike Kenjutsu, you can splash for Ready for Battle, and then just if you lose it, you can just unbow yourself. If you really care.
Ready for Battle is an opponent's card effect.
Oh, it specifies that it's an opponent's card effect.
You want to know what, though? I like the way you're thinking. Kitsuki Shomon, and I have thrown, I believe, yeah, you were there. You saw that. That was one of those dirty little tricks I threw on you. Was the losing a game of Sadane to ready Kitsuki Shomon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was so like, what? Oh, no. Like... It's just a little interaction you really didn't I didn't see on the table.
Because Shomon doesn't care how that person gets dishonored.
Right.
So, like, you could literally peasant's advice.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else. Literally, peasant's advice somebody else to ready show.
Huh.
I've thought about running peasant's advice in this deck just to take out Kanjo District and Karada District.
Right. Right, it's not like there aren't provinces you want to get rid of.
Yeah. And it lets me ready Shomon, but I think it's an extra card, and it doesn't help me get through. It doesn't help me kill.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, the Dynasty deck on this is so tight right now.
Yeah, it's just eating up a slot.
And Dynasty, I mean Conflict.
Yeah. All right, well... thanks a ton for playing some games and talking through the sort of general strategy here. Both for and against.
Thank you for letting me play.
Yeah.
Again, I enjoy playing this game a great deal, so the more I get to play it, the more fun I get to have.
Awesome. All right, well, we'll definitely have you back on sometime. Maybe once all the Crane stuff comes out, and then you can duel me with blue cards.
I can meme the blue. Or who knows? Actually, honestly, there might be... I'm expecting that there will be blue duels.
Yeah.
That will be better than duelist training.
I hope so. Like, yeah, it's really killed by the fact that you can discard cards. Not like that's good, but it kind of messes with the strategy a little bit.
I mean, I have used 2 duelist trainings in A Way of the Dragon to eat... 4 cards out of somebody's hand once. Okay,
fair enough. That sounds pretty good.
They had less than 3 honor. They're just like, well, there goes my hand. And I'm like, yep. Are you gonna bid 1 next turn? Because I'm bidding 1 next turn.
Yeah, that's a feels bad man moment.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thanks everybody on the internet for watching the stream. We had a bunch of people in tonight. It was pretty cool. So I will see y'all next Friday.
All right. Take care, and thank you for having me. Again, this was Dave of the Five Rings.
And I'm Ray, a.k.a. Asawa Raydaka. Adios.